I am Michelle Alva, and I'm super grateful today to be with Emanuel J Burton, my guest here, who I have invited to share. He's a musician and a creative entrepreneur, and super creative. He's a drum. He actually went to music school, so he's not just an artist, but he's a professional musician, which I think that's a big deal because you really get a deeper understanding of music and history and all those other things. And I know for me, just from my background as a physical therapist, how actually learning about things, the mechanics and the little details really does give you a deeper, richer experience of the art, whatever it is that you're studying. And so I wanted to have Emanuel here today because he reached out to me a couple months ago from watching some of the YouTube videos, and he mentioned that he creates songs and music for different spoken word, and he had this inspiration to offer that he would be open to creating with me. And we created this beautiful meditation, and it's on I'm gonna put it as the next video, and I'll put a link for it down below. And so it came to me to just create this spoken word specifically for him and whatever it was that he was going to create. And I think I wrote to you something like, show me what you got. And so the whole thing was just really inspired, and I feel, soul driven, heart guided. And then just from the few times that I've spoken with Emanuel, he seems to be really living in the flow. And I got to see one of your drumming videos, a couple of things that you sent me. And I want you to share, how you get your inspiration, how you're living your life, because I meet a lot of people. And I think it's just awesome when somebody really trusts, lets go of what maybe the programming was that sometimes we're given certain situations where we think we're supposed to be something. And then we just really listen and honor our divinity, our sacred gifts. And so I'm just going to say, take it away, Emanuel, because I would love whatever's coming alive in you right now that you would like to share. I'd love to hear, love for you to inspire us.
Well, thank you for that wonderful introduction. And yeah, it's been a pleasure getting to know you and obviously collaborating with you, which is a huge thing for me. You mentioned I came across your YouTube videos, and even that in itself, just trusting that you'd be open to receive, a random guy messaging you, and, my intention was to bring forth something that I can share and help with you. So yeah, I create soundscapes, idents, jingles away from my drumming career. And I started off doing that with musical directing. So I would create bands for artists, and I would help bring their vision to life. So a lot of musicians, they play like guitar or keys, but in terms of creating a live experience with different band members, that's not something that they're familiar with. And so, being from a church background and studying music and understanding the components in which it takes to create an ensemble, I was able to deliver that. So then I was going to a lot of live events and stuff, and different musicals and whatnot. And I was like, I kind of like, away from shows, I like how music can affect and manipulate how people feel. Just watching a show, or, TV, movies. I've always been really fascinated by how emotive music is and how much it touches your soul.
Yeah, music is vibration. I think
100%.
The sound healing that I offer with the crystal bowls, the drum, and so in shamanic rituals and practices, just hitting the drum, it's very meditative, and it brings you into an altered state very rapidly and quickly, and helping to vibrate out whatever blockages, whatever.
Of course.
Yeah, I can only imagine you playing the drum, for hours.
Man, yeah. So
everything.
For me, that is my therapy. That's how I feel the most connected to myself and the world around me. And me creating music is to also connect with other people. So it's like just me by myself and kind of in my own zone, but then me with my music and my art, I allow that to bring, you know, me to people like yourself. And you know, I also do solo shows as well, with just me on drums, and I have a band as well. And the point of that show is, I don't like to call it like a concert or gig or show. I call it music therapy, because you know, all of us have so much things going on in our daily life, you know, things that are out of our control, things that we're unaware of, that we're in control of, and a lot of these things overwhelm us. You know, life can be so unpredictable. So
really,
I think
soul music, you know, that awakens the soul.
so yeah, it's, you know, there's a warmth within the music that I create, and it derives from soul and gospel. And you know, man, I say that music is the one thing that brings us together, other than toilets, like public toilets, because you know, you walk in there and there's always random people. But music, you're not thinking about, when you go to a show, or you know, you're not thinking about the bills you have to pay, or argument you just had, or you know, the stresses that are going on in your life. Yeah, you know, I've been to gigs by myself, and I create friends at the gig. You know, I'm just there, just looking to just vibe out, and everyone's there for the same purpose, just to have fun, enjoy, decompress. And I close my eyes a lot of the time, man. I'm not even surrounded with what's going on. I just want to zone in and tap in. So for me, it's about creating the same music that helps me escape for others. So, and that's when I contacted you, because
faith is really, I feel, aligning into this higher consciousness, this expanded awareness, you know, because really we're so much more than the mundane stories that we think
100%.
So it's interesting, because when people say that, they're like, you help, the music helps you to escape, and in reality the music is what we really are.
Facts. I was gonna say, just like, oh, sorry.
Yeah,
I was gonna
the
say,
awareness of the wavelength.
right. Yeah, it's funny you say wavelength, because it's all connected in a sense where, just as we are water, I think, yeah, we are music. It's the same vibration, same waves, same frequencies that we feel. So we're all connected to all these components, and it's amazing how music has healed and helped me so much in my life, which is, you know, I can't speak and even begin to fathom what my life would be like without having music to center me and help me to regroup.
Did you start with music early on? Because I remember you mentioned that you played basketball.
Yeah, so I grew up in church. That's my background. So music, as you know, in church is very important. It's a way to connect to God. It's a way to give thanks. You know.
Because your father's a pastor, right?
Yeah, my dad's a pastor as well. So
he's always been a pastor. So as a child, you would go to church probably extra.
Man, I was born in the church. My godfather, my first godfather, is a bishop. So like, I literally was born on the pulpit. Like, and that's all I know in a sense. So as my dad's the pastor, it was always our duty to serve, and my serving was always in the music ministry. So I was always playing drums, singing. Yeah, so that was something that I've always done, and I was always so. It's very controversial, but a lot of people, I always say that music means just as much to me as the message, in the sense of like, when people are preaching to you, I think the music is most of the time is enough for me. Like, it just speaks to me in such a supernatural way, and I'm sure you can relate. And yes, specifically with the drumming and different tones, chords, does something to us, man. It's so deep, and that's what I'm studying now. I'm studying to take that to the next level of therapy and healing. So that's what you allowed me to practice with you, because obviously it's a sacred thing, and I just appreciate and thank you for trusting me and allowing me to tap into that with your narrative of your healing words. So
I feel definitely there's a calling that I'm feeling. You know, I have 12 students right now in the Alpha Method practitioner training, and the Alpha Method is an approach of self-discovery. And the work that they're doing is all about, actually, there's a playlist of music, there is breathing exercises, meditations. A lot of it is about feeling your body, and we sing also. And so for me personally, singing with the drum simultaneously for me by myself, you know, I have this, I just say, I am free. And the way that I'm creating the sounds, even just my jaw, and I feel as though it brushes my whole body, and it's reprogramming my mind, you know.
100%.
Having learned NLP and hypnosis, can you imagine your hypnotist gives you a drum and he's like, let's repeat whatever you want to reprogram. And we're doing it all the time. And so why not use music to reprogram, reframe, and recreate a new us? Yeah. How much more fun can we have, right?
I 100% agree. Firstly, congrats on, you know, because I remember before you even created the when you started doing, before you started doing it, now that you have people invested in and you're helping people, that's amazing. So I really commend you on that, and thank the divine for allowing you to follow your intuition. And it's funny you speak of, you know, the words you're affirming. That's the biggest thing in terms of the music for me, because I remember when I used to struggle with depression and well, obviously there's loads of ups and downs in life, but when I was unaware of the fact that I can control, you know, how I feel, I was listening to a lot of negative music, you know, a lot of underlying issues in music, misogyny, depression, and just a lack of awareness of what we're allowing into our subconscious. I had to change that. I had to reverse that. So everything I listen to is positive. It's for the soul. It helps me to stay connected to God, and that's what's important for me. I think we could all do more of connecting with positive and healing music. We can solve a lot of our problems for sure. And with the affirming words, so powerful. You know, we're speaking mantras. We're speaking mantras. We're creating our reality based on what we say. And I think if we are more mindful of that, I think a lot of our situations would change for sure.
Yeah, and that's what my mission, my whole purpose on being on this earth, and it inspired me to create the Wild Women of Abundance.
Amazing.
I just today launched this Self-Love First online journey, and that's what came in, deep dive self-love first. And so recognizing we are love, and we're all going to marry ourselves at the end of these 5 weeks. And I actually did marry myself last year around this time, because I realized how I was so hard on myself. I was a doormat for, you know, I acted as if I wasn't important. And that's just from the way that I felt perceiving myself. And I didn't know how today I know that my thoughts are my reality. They create my reality, and I'm in charge of my thoughts. And so a lot of us say, oh, you know, it's the programming. I was programmed to think like this, but you actually consciously can recreate. And so music, sound, singing, essential oils is another aspect of the healing work I do, and that changes your limbic system, your mood right away. And so using this multisensory experience, this is what I would love to explore. And who knows? I think you said you might be coming to the United States in the future, but we never know what might be created. And so it's really exciting. And I want to just really thank you for the music that you created for this meditation and just everything that you've created. And I'm excited for what you're going to be birthing out into the world. You mentioned you're kind of hibernating right now and creating. And so do you want to share a little peek of what you've been doing?
Yeah. So I'm massively reprogramming and relearning and learning a lot right now in my life. Just taking total control of, like you said, our emotions, how we feel, our happiness, our dignity, you know, and having a sense of, I think all of us are trying to become somebody, but you know, what about becoming nobody? You know, don't attach yourselves to anything, and just be free and allow yourself to just create and see where God takes you. And I think this is where I'm at now. I was trying to force so much and create so much expectation, and I'm just merely, like you said, just being. Like I'm just being the flow. So I'm on a never-ending quest and journey, because it's, you know, this self-love and this spiritual awakening is never a destination. So what I'm learning on now is how to effectively um, deliver that message in a way where people are generally touched by it, and it's super genuine and it's super meaningful, based off the right tones, based off the right language I use, colors, scents,
So
or
it sounds
scent.
like the place you're coming from has shifted. You're coming from
100%.
soul, from heart, instead of
100%.
pushing, which is what the world knows so well, is the
So
pushing.
well.
You gotta do it, get it done, go, go, go,
Yep.
go, go. And so that's the amazing, beautiful gift that you are reminding people. That's why I wanted to have you on, because we just flowed so easily into creation, because we were both open, and I did my best to just stay in my heart and say, you know, show me what you got. And I sent a little text of spoken word, and I literally prayed about it, and then I just recorded my own spoken word, whatever came out of me, and then he made the music for it. And it's just so inspiring. What if the world could live more from that place of the heart, from this place of the breathing and expanding and asking God, creator, source, guide me, show me what's next for me. We really do know so much more than what we think. The wisdom inside of us, you know, like sometimes my students, I'm this self-love journey, I said to them, you guys can create meditations, you can create a bonus for this group. I want my students to practice teaching, and why not myself, you know, inspire them to, and one of the girls wrote back, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do, you know, and I said, well, just,
and that's okay.
Meditations, you know, go into that quiet space. That's where all the wisdom, all the jewels, all the awesomeness is. And that's where the music comes from. If you think about it, most likely, I mean, the jingles just come, right? In the space of
getting away from perfection is what I'm learning. I mentioned to you the other day, I don't feel like I'm at the space where I'm ready to deliver or, you know, share. And you said it's okay. You said it's
wherever you're at, you're able to serve people wherever you're at. So wherever you're at on your journey, you're gonna attract the same. And so there will be somebody that can benefit from where you're at. You know, if we all stopped and we're like, I'm not ready, we'll never do it. Trust me.
100%. So being from that place, and just trusting my intuition, and you know, I read in the 7 spiritual laws the other day that, you know, we all have our goals from point A to B. There's what we ever make up we want to have, and I think a lot of us have to have, which is what society tells us, have this sorted, have this ready, have this regimented, you need to know this, you need to know that, which we lose the room for flow and exploration, creativity. So from point A to B, that's cool, but like allow there to be no set or idea or preconceptions of anything before you meet there. And that's what I'm learning, to just be free and
let it be birthed,
flow. It
kind of reminds me when I've had clients that they're like trying to get pregnant, and they the IVF, 7 rounds of IVF. You know, I've met people that have had all the, and then they're like, you know what, we're exhausted, let's just adopt. And then the paperwork of adoption, so like they're not focusing on trying to have a baby anymore. And then they get pregnant.
It's the law of not trying too hard. You know, if surrender, when you just be, it just happens.
Feminine. You know, this is what this healing work that I share is all about. Being in that space, and we literally in one of the exercises we create, E3 breath is about expansion, elongation, and extension, and we're creating space from the inside out in the body, and then we pause. It's super cool, because I'm thinking about this as how this program has been created to facilitate an embodiment of these metaphors in spirituality. And so when people say, oh, you know, allow, surrender, a super anxious, tense person might be like, what do you mean? You know, their shoulders are up here. Like, okay, you want me to allow and surrender? Maybe that's the psychotherapist telling them that, or the physical therapist. But so how about what I've created in this album method is the step-by-step process to actually embody the release, embody the surrender. And listening to your music when it comes from that soul-driven, heart-guided, the tones, the juxtaposition of all the sounds,
Yeah.
it's coming from that place of
Yeah.
oneness.
Yes.
You're getting this dose of oneness into your DNA, into your cells,
Yes.
and that's what's really
Yes.
magical. So I'm
Yes.
excited to continue to create with
100%.
you, and I'm super excited to know when you do have your new coming out, whatever that is. I'm
Yeah.
sure
Yeah.
it's going to be amazing, and I
Yeah.
will
You're.
make sure
Yeah.
to share it. We'll have to do
Yes.
another interview when you are out.
Thank you. Yes, I'm ready for it.
That's awesome. Yeah, so whatever you want to share with us as far as links down below of anything new that you create, I will definitely be a support
Cool.
for you. And
Cool.
anybody out there, when you feel that calling to reach out to people, maybe not necessarily myself, but any mentor, I think that takes a lot of courage, and you never know what people are going to respond. And so hopefully this video also inspires people to trust yourself, trust your inner voice, because I definitely appreciate where you come from, the heart-centered place. And I can feel the difference. I talked to a lot of people over many years. I've met a lot of amazing people, and I was mentioning how I'm super excited for your life.
Wow, thank you.
Just keep honoring yourself. And
Yes.
also, even the age, I have like 3 students there that are, I think, 23, 25, 27 in the Alba method. And I feel as though that's a gift that I have, that I'm attracting younger people to be trained in doing these things that maybe they think they're supposed to be 50 or 60 or 70, to be able to navigate. And so we got to just let go of that.
Yeah. And I think I thank you for, being there for those people, because I think as much as everything comes from within and we have to tap in, it takes maybe seeing someone like yourself and no, okay, cool. So I can love, and I can get rid of my ego, and I can, be selfless and compassionate and have empathy, and I can be happy, and I can be free, and I can be successful, whatever that means to you. I think we're taught a narrative of, dog eat dog, and ego, and I need to step on people's toes to get where I need to go, or I need to think about myself. And I think if we love more, if we come from a place of compassion and generally wanting to help others,
unity consciousness, that's unity consciousness.
Yeah. Conscious creativity.
Yeah, and abundance mindset. And that's why I created the Women of Abundance, because it is time to shift the perception that it's our nature to be love, it's our nature to be abundant. There's more than enough for everyone. And I'm really grateful because this program, the 6-month Alba Method training, I am literally asking my students, what is your specialty? What do you wish to share more? And I will help you create for your program. So one of my students created mindful munchkins. And then another one, she is creating it's something like manifest the one in yourself first.
Amazing.
Yeah, so it's really exciting what is coming out of this unity consciousness, working as a team. There's no competition. Everybody gets to lift and support and realize that we're all one. So as I share and as I open up with you, with this group, we're all elevating. And I really
this is good.
Why we're here. That's why we are here.
Yeah.
That's why we're spreading that message out there. So
this is good.
Thank you so much, Emanuel.
No worries, it's all love.
All your insight. And so for anybody that's wanting to live more heart-guided and in the flow like you are, what one thing would you tell them is like the first thing as a tip or advice?
Follow your intuition. Yeah. Follow your intuition. It's never wrong. It's never wrong. And live life based off what you really want to do. Whatever that means to you, just don't listen to nobody. Just do what you want, for you. Something so liberating, and not having to prove yourself to no one, and just trusting yourself and your ideas, your goals, your vision.
Yeah, and you're so much more powerful than what you think you are. I think that's the theme for me this 2020. Is we can create whatever we wish to create. We really are that powerful.
Yeah. You're awesome. Whoever's watching this, you're awesome. You said to me the other day, and I needed to remember myself. You're awesome, Michelle. You're amazing. And sometimes we need to
We're
get to a point where, yeah, we need to get to a point where we know it. We don't need anyone to tell us. We know that, and it's not an arrogance, because I was working on that. Like, I don't want to seem arrogant. It's not that. It's self love. It's knowing that you are enough. And
thinking that we are all one. And so
yeah,
these people, they'll reach out and they'll be like, "You're so amazing," and they
so
put
you,
me on a pedestal, and then
yeah,
I'm just helping you see what's already in you.
yeah,
I learned, I put my ex-husband on a pedestal, my ex-boyfriend. I tended to do this where, for some reason, with men, I would put them on a pedestal. Mind you, Marianne Williamson, she's on a pedestal for me still too. And so then I realized, wow, that's taking away my power. And really, I could say, wow, I'm so awesome. I get to see this awesomeness in these people.
In you, yeah.
Have this awesomeness in me.
Yeah. That's something that I've been saying when some people say, like, oh my God, you're so enlightened, or you're so, like, you're a Jedi, or this or that. And I'm like, so are you, because the fact that we're all frequency, right? So if we're all the same, if we're at a space where we both get it and we're both vibrating in the same way, you must be there to be aware of it. So yeah, it's good stuff.
That is such a powerful message for everybody. So you could take a moment now, whoever's listening, and reflect, who are the most awesome people that I know? And then, like, take those qualities and say, yeah, I got that.
I got that, yeah.
Really very attractive. You get to strengthen that. So I feel like that's the attraction, is when we want to strengthen something in ourselves that we're seeing in someone else, that creates more of that pull. And so, but it's so important, if we want to live interdependently and empowered, for us to remember that we are the ones that are creating all this awesomeness. So
amen.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Emanuel. I have all your links down below, so people reach out to him. And also, if you want him to create music for you, or to help you with learning more about music and whatever other inspiration, just to have some inspiration. He really does. He knows where it's at.
Yeah, I'm always here to help. Always here to help.
Thank you so much, Emanuel.
Amazing. I want to can we do some breaths for the people with us? Can you lead us in some breaths?
Yeah, sure.
Please.
What I recommend is just everybody open up. And remember that our nature is to be abundant. Remember that our nature is that we are energy, just as we breathe in the oxygen from everything that's green outside. And to remember that our nature is to be love. And the more we simply make time to connect to our breath, breathe in that oxygen, breathe in nature, and expand our bodies. Fear is contractedness, fear is constriction, fear is holding down. And so just this very simple act of conscious, I call it the 5-pointed star. We can all just reset. Ow! We're 5-pointed stars, and just stay open.
Amazing. Yeah. So much power in breaths.
Yeah. All right, everybody, have an awesome day. Comment down below. Let us know how you love this video. And remember, you can reach out to Emanuel if you feel inspired, learn more about his music, what he's up to. Thank you so much.
Bye.